think Rob is kind of getting back into his rhythm? Do you think bringing him off the bench is helping?
I don't know. I just said we had to do something there, and didn't want to do it at all. But he responded like a really good player would. I'm happy that he works at it. And he's a senior. Just want the best for him in his last year, and I'm glad that he performed that way. We desperately needed it too in that game. It was a big game for us, and he stepped up and he had a great practice today. It was probably as good a practice he's had all year.
How would you kind of grade out the weekend, the long weekend in Oregon as a whole?
I think those are two very difficult places to play. As far as a pair goes, it's probably the most difficult pair that you're going to face in a week. So, just to go there and give yourself a chance to be playing on Saturday to sweep and, to be in the game against a top-tier opponent on their home floor, I thought that there were, some real positives to take out of it, and now we've eliminated some of the more difficult conference road games, and we have 9 of our last 15 at home. So there's a lot of things to be optimistic about.
Are you happy with the looks you're getting out of the pick and roll?
Out of pick and roll,
yeah.
Specifically that?
Yeah, out of that.
Yeah, I mean we try and we want to set some early ball screens in the flow of our offense and early offense. I think that's been able to free up Remy some, so the defenses have a more difficult time knowing for certain where those screens are coming from, and so yeah, I'm pleased with that. I think if you watched on Saturday, you saw I thought we hit the paint and got the ball out to shooters, and we didn't always make them, but I thought overall the quality of our shots were pretty good.
Given the circumstances of what you got, where everything that was going around when you guys played Colorado and China, how much do you get out of that you've already seen them?
Yeah, it's I thought that we tried very hard. We worked at it. We scrambled. We defended pretty well. We got hurt in the paint with rebounding, and as you might expect with having our 2 most physical front court players out, and but yeah, a lot's happened since then. A lot has gone on. So it's great that we're going to have those 2 guys available for this game, and Colorado's playing very well. They're coming off a convincing win versus Utah, and they've already beat Oregon, and they've established themselves as one of the front runners early in the conference. So it's a real test.
It seems like after Remy, it's been tough to find a consistent number 2 scorer. It's been different guys on different days.
Yeah.
Your take on why you kind of haven't had a guy that's kind of stepped up?
Yeah,
and taken that role?
I mean, I have a good feeling that we're going to get something with Romello too. Like, I know that he's, I could kind of pencil him in for 8 to 10 rebounds, and 6 points, I guess, might be his bottom. Yeah, but it would be, I guess we're harder to prepare for because teams may not necessarily know who it might be. But certainly in the Oregon game, we needed a few more guys to make a shot in that game. 69 just wasn't enough points, against them, and especially the way they shot the ball in the first half.
With Remy specifically, is he the type of player you don't want to discourage bad shots because you know how good the good shots can be in terms of what he can do?
Yeah, I let Remy be Remy. If I follow him, he'll lead me to good places, and so I got a lot of trust in his talent and in his ability, and his decision making has been improving, by the day, and he's playing at an elite level. If we had the record that Oregon had or some of these other teams, people would be talking about him right now as player of the year in the conference. We have to do a better job of winning some more games, and I think he would certainly be in that discussion.
Bob, what do you think about your fellow team, the ASU women's team, knocking out 2 huge upsets? Do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, I just hope that they didn't take all the magic out of the building. I hope they saved us a little bit for this week. But it was really proud to see that. Happy for Charlie and the ladies work extremely hard, and just doesn't get any better than that, really. I don't see how you could win 2 more impressive games against top tier opponent. So it was great to see.
I don't know if you've commented on this before, but I believe there's a bill up for discussion in the House this week that's kind of Arizona following the lines of what California is trying to do. Do you have any thoughts on the subject?
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was actually in play, and to be honest, I haven't had a chance to even think about how I would respond. So I'm gonna, if you give me some time, and maybe I could get to that at another point.
Just curious.
Yep.
You went with a Kamani-Tayshaun front court for extended periods. What did you think of that pairing?
I like Melo with Tay. I think those two guys, work well together. I like Mickey's physicality with Graham, so it's kind of more of that as opposed to necessarily Kamani and Tay. I don't have a strong opinion on how they work together in terms of they work well together, but I just think Kamani has been playing better, over the last couple of weeks, and I think Tay has shown signs that that he could take another step.
Where have been the tangible points of growth with him?
With Tay?
Yeah.
He's playing hard. He's not. His shot is a little bit erratic right now. He's not making them the way I think he would like to, but he's working on them. You see him after practice getting reps up, and he's just too talented a guy. With his offensive skills to not take a step at some point. And he's a sophomore. He's a young player too. We've got to keep that in mind as he's a guy that I think could really develop and get better here.
Coach Jalen Graham seems to have made a lot out of the minutes that he makes when he's in. Is there something he has to work on to earn more playing times, or just something that'll come with time as he gets more experience?
Yeah, I think it's just, like you said, experience, maturity, just getting stronger. I think for Jalen, after when the season ends to when the next one begins, it's going to be critical for him to take another jump and working on his game, expanding his game a little bit more to face up some as in addition to his back to the basket, and then just putting on about 15 pounds, and just getting a little bit stronger.
How did you like the dynamic of Rob coming off the bench, like strategically, or was it more of a wake-up call?
I thought we needed to shift gears and do something, and I don't know. You'd have to ask Rob how he felt coming off the bench relative to starting. He started so many games. I'm not sure that's the issue. I just think he was long overdue to play that way on offense, and and I'm hopeful that I'm getting the right signs that he's carrying over what he did in that game to what he looks like right now in practice.
Is it unusual to kind of not have a penciled-in 5 lineup? You've got 2 or 3 guys that are always in the lineup, but the other 2 spots are in flux one game to the next.
Yeah, I liked what I saw from our team in Oregon and in both games, and one was a very good win, and another one was a game that we were right in the mix late. So there's no reason to tamper with the lineup this week, and I like the guys that were playing, and I liked some of the things that our team did. So that'll be the direction now. And again, that's not to say that there won't be future changes. I can't project that.
The idea of you guys being tough to scout because after Remy and Romello, you're not sure where it's coming from. Would you like to see one of the other guards or a forward kind of be a more consistent presence in scoring?
Verge had a good stretch where he clipped off like 5 or 6 games where he was, maybe being that third guy. And, I have no issues with it being a revolving situation as long as there is that guy, I may not know game to game specifically until it's unfolding who that guy is, but, that's why I'm doing this job. It's not easy all the time to know, and you can't, predict, everything. But it is comforting to know that you kind of have 2 dependable guys, one on the perimeter, one on the inside, that you could get some scoring out of.
I know you touched a little bit on this, but how important do you think Rob's play is these next few months, leading up to tourney time, and what would you like to see from him during that time period?
Yeah, he just, be himself, and he. He focused on the defensive end the way we needed him to in both games in Oregon, and he's got to trust his talent and his his ability to make shots and just play with confidence. And hopefully he's regained some of that, you know, on the trip to Oregon.
In watching some tape maybe on Colorado, did you notice a difference between how they played the last few games versus when they played you?
I thought their offense was in gear. It's indicative of scoring 90 points in their last game, and I think maybe a few weeks ago they had some lower scoring games where they might have been struggling a little bit to generate offense, but you know, they're one of the better defensive teams in the country statistically, and so our offense is going to have to be sharp, and especially in the half court. You know, they really are disciplined, and you know, they have key players at the right positions, like you know, I touched on just with having a guy like McKinley, right, that's been through these wars, and Tyler Bay. They have some really good players, one in the front court, one in the perimeter. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.